Yeah, and we understand from Gaza health officials that another 6 people have died from malnutrition or starvation in the past 24 hours, 2 of them children. The IDF has moved to open up what they're calling humanitarian corridors and allowing humanitarian pauses in Gaza to try to alleviate the humanitarian situation in Gaza. They say, however, that the narrative that the IDF is trying to starve, or Israel is trying to starve the people in Gaza, they say is a fiction. It's not true, something put about by Hamas. But what they are doing, these humanitarian corridors go back to the way that the IDF and Israel was allowing aid to be delivered in Gaza more than 6 months ago now. There are specific routes that are designated for specific pauses in the fighting. We're talking here about periods of maybe 6 hours to 10 hours long for humanitarian aid to get in. And what we're hearing from Egyptian officials is that 100 trucks, aid trucks, are on their way through Egypt, on the way to the border to go into Gaza. 60 trucks coming from Jordan. The Egyptians say there are 1,200 tons of humanitarian aid on those trucks, including 840 tons of flour. Of course, this is much needed inside of Gaza. Aid officials, though, from UN groups are saying, number one, that Israel has kind of announced this at such short notice. They won't be able to ramp up their collection and distribution quickly enough. They say they'll be able to do that, in fairly short order, but not at the flick of a switch. Also, they do point out that what we're talking about today is 160 trucks incoming to Gaza. Gaza needs 600 trucks a day. That is the sort of normal accepted level of aid that's required. Israel is saying, look, over the past week, 600 trucks of aid were distributed inside of Gaza. But again, that figure, 600 over a period of a week versus the required 600 trucks a day. However, as you say, this is Israel responding to the international pressure over the malnutrition and deaths. And also, you mentioned at the very beginning there that more people were killed as they went to aid distribution points in parts of Gaza in the center and the north. 24 people killed today as they went towards those distribution centers.